Okay, so today we are working with our basil. We have a freeze coming in the next day or two, expecting some really cold temperatures. So I went ahead and pulled some of my basil. It's lavender basil. I'm just stripping it off the plant so that I can dehydrate it and use it for teas and salves and tinctures and candles, all kind of stuff. And most definitely for cooking with and seasoning your food. This is just the prep stage of getting it ready for the dehydrator. Would there not be a cold winter storm coming in, I probably would just set it out in the sun in some cookie trays and let it dehydrate naturally and save some energy, because again, we're looking at doing things that save us money and being frugal. It takes a little while. It's the lavender, so your hands might get a little purple. But what we will do is dehydrate this. Most of it will crumble up with your hands once it's dry. I don't really go through the whole process of putting it through a little grinder or whatever you call the little things that people use. I have one, but it's not electric. It's just easier for me to just do it with my hands and crumble it up. And then after we get it good and dry, completely dry is the key here. You have to have it completely dry or it will mold and it will mildew even if it's vacuum sealed. And after we get it dehydrated, we'll put it in jars. And then later on I'll make a video of using it in herbal teas and put some of them in candles so you have this beautiful basil scent in your home. It's very refreshing, and some of these are a little difficult to get off, but it's very worth the effort. It's so much cheaper than going out and buying basil. And plus, when you buy it, you don't know how old it is. This is super fresh. As you can tell, it was just dying off for the winter. It's dehydrated in the sun for a couple of days. I usually do that, so if there's any insects or anything on it, it'll kind of get them to run out of it. But that's all there really is to it. You just strip it off. I have this little herb stripper. You just have to cut all this up. See, again, I skip all those steps. I don't feel like cutting all that off. And half the time it hangs up, so I don't use it that much. But you're more than welcome to use one if you have one. For me, it's just easier to grab it and squeeze a little bit and pull it off. And that's all there is to it. And I'm going to go ahead and keep stripping these plants because I know there are lots of people that can't do this stuff. And they enjoy watching someone else doing this work and preparing it. And maybe reminding them of when they were able to do this kind of stuff. So, some people will find it enjoyable and some people may not. But this is lavender basil that we grew ourselves here on the homestead. I just go back and check it, and if I catch something like a stem or something that fell in there, I just go ahead and take care of it because it takes longer for that kind of stuff to dry. I'm sure you could chop up a few stems if you want it to make a little more volume in it. All of the plant is good for cooking and spices and stuff, so it's not harmful or anything. Like some plants you can only use just the leaves. The basil you can use pretty much all of it. So I have to get some of this dehydrated. My sister is getting interested in herbal teas. So I'm going to try to get her some bottled up and dehydrated so she can see if she likes it. She has some similar health problems that I have, and it's really helped me. So hopefully she'll get the same good health benefits out of it as I do. And I do have to put a disclaimer in here. I am not a doctor. I am not an herbalist. I'm just a simple country girl doing the things that I like to do and sharing what works for me. It may not work for you. You need to do your own research and look into it further and talk to your doctor if you're interested in trying something new and go from there. I'm just simply sharing what works with me. And I'm almost finished. I've done skinned a bunch of them. And we'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and leave me a friendly comment. Thank you.